Hi everyone. I hope you're
Hello.
doing well.
Hi,
Hello.
how are you?
Yeah, we're good. It's nice to meet you again. Okay, so maybe we could start on our discussion for today. Thank you all for joining this meeting. And today, since we already have provided you last time, just to have a recap on what we have discussed last time, we have provided you our recommendations in Ironclad about what are the things that we could possibly apply in your company so you'll be able to sustain or improve your financial standing with the current situation that you are facing. So let's start now with the first recommendation that we have previously, and maybe we can get thoughts from you, Mara, on about the implementation of the new route optimization software. What do you think about it?
Certainly, Mary. So me and my team, had an insight about the recommendations that you guys suggested us
Yeah.
in our last meeting, and we are open to new ideas. Our current routing system is outdated, and we've been looking for ways to reduce the fuel consumptions. However, I'm concerned here about the initial investment and the time it might take to train our staff.
Sure.
That is a valid concern, Humera. Our research shows that while there is an upfront cost, the potential annual savings of like $300,000 could offset this quickly. We have also factored in a 3 month implementation program period that
Yeah.
might include staff training.
So though I agree with you, Mara, about the investment, but I see the long-term benefits. My main question here is about the reliability of the software. Like, how can we ensure it won't disrupt our current operations during the transition?
Yeah, so actually that's a valid point, Christine. So we have selected the cloud-based solution with high reliability ratings that could support your business 24/7. And with that, we also recommend a phased rollout to minimize the disruptions that could happen.
From our previous interaction, Humera mentioned about the alternative routes, and we did provide some insights and recommendation how you can look over those and maybe try other transportation modes. Like, what are your thoughts on exploring rail and water options for some routes?
So yes, Praveen. I mean, we looked into it, and it is intriguing. So we primarily focused on trucking, but diversifying could help us manage the cost during the
Yeah.
peak periods. My
Exactly.
main concern is whether we have the expertise to manage these new modes effectively. I mean, Christine, what's your
Yeah, because I see the potential here, especially for our long-haul routes. And however, but as you know, we are still and like we need to consider the impact on our existing workforce and how this might affect our relationships with current clients who will be potentially be affected by who are not expecting this and will be potentially affected by this expecting truck deliveries.
Yeah, actually, those are important consideration that you have think so far. So basically, our recommendation is to include the 6 month pilot program so that we could test the water and assess what's going to be the impact before the full implementation. So
Yeah, that's right. Let's discuss about the automatic loading system. Like, this is also a significant investment which could save you tons of money and which could also save you from labor cost, as in and might also improve your efficiency. Like, what's your point? What's your thought about this?
Well, actually, I'm excited about this one. We've been like looking at ways to modernize our depots, and this could be a game changer for our company.
yeah.
But my main question still stands that about the reliability of these systems, and of course, we're talking about cost here. Like, how much will be the maintenance of this one, and for the long term, how will it affect us?
Yeah.
So here I share Christine's enthusiasm, but I'm concerned about the potential job losses. I mean, how can we balance the automation with our commitment to our workforce?
Yeah, so we actually understand the sensitivity around the workforce that you are really concerned about it. So our proposal includes also a plan wherein you can retrain your staff and then you can also redeploy them in other areas of your business so that it could not affect your staff internally. So you can work on it eventually. So yeah,
Yes.
Praveen.
Yeah. So like during our last interaction, we also We touched upon the geographical expansion, how it could lead you some with some annual savings. I do agree that it's a long-term play, but even on the implementation, I see that with the risk, the reward is like much higher. Like you will have more exposures and it will generate new revenue streams.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you, Praveen. And expansion is always on our radar. But given our current financial situation, I'm worried about the risks involved. And how can we ensure we're not overextending ourselves?
Also, especially in the emerging markets, right? Because we also have to deal with this one. But I agree with you, Mera. We need to be cautious. We need to be more like taking notes of the risk that of what could have happened and what kind of and to make sure that what's the reliability of this action, like what kind of market research has been done to support this kind of recommendation.
Yeah, I'm agree on your all concerns. So we have conducted an extensive market analysis for the potential regions that we are seeing so that we can focus on the areas where we can grow a demand, especially on the business that we're currently doing, which is the logistics services. So another recommendation is to include an approach that includes a 12-month period so that you could be able to diversify your risk and then minimize it, and you could have more potential on having higher revenue in the long run. So
I do
yeah.
agree with this. Like, thank you all for like valuable inputs. We will take these insights into account as we are making notes about it, and it will help refine our recommendation that will help the company grow and reduce their maybe reduce their cost and generate revenue streams. As in, are there any other strategies you would like to discuss, or maybe there might be concern that you would like to raise?
Yeah.
Yes, Praveen. I appreciate the comprehensive approach. My main concern is ensuring we have the capital to implement these changes and without further straining our finances.
Also, I agree with everything that you have recommended. It's good. It's nice to hear that you have those recommendations, but I'd like to see more details on how these strategies align with our long-term sustainability goals, particularly in terms of reducing our operational expenses and also using these resources effectively and immediately.
Yeah, so that's all excellent points that you were saying about. So we'll make sure to address all the impact that could create in your company. I know that you were guys trying to really save a cost, but of course, without spending a bit money on some recommendation, think about that you could save it in the long run. So it could help you stabilize all your financial, and we could be able to sustain it and apply it on the final report. So hopefully we'll be able to really provide you a good service that you can use to implement in your company, in your business, and that we will be able to properly help you in addressing all the risks that recently you are facing. So yeah, thank you everyone for your insights. So anything you want to add, Praveen?
I would say like we have touched upon almost all the recommendations,
Yeah.
and we also took notes of the insight from their perspective, like how some recommendation might work and some might not work, or they may
Exactly.
be lacking in somewhere from the investment purpose. So I guess like so we will take those feedbacks, and we will make some changes, like we will refine our strategies, and let's see how it helps as in a financial recovery for the Maple Leaf Logistics.
Yeah, so do you have any more questions during this discussion that we're having?
So none so far, and I am looking forward for our next meeting for more detailed recommendations that we can implement for Maple Leaf Logistics. So thank you
Definitely.
guys.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Yeah, definitely. So we're gonna work it out together, and we'll make sure to help you in every way that we can do. So thank you everyone for attending this call, and you have all a good night.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
you.
Bye bye. Great.